Lights, camera, action.
Hello everyone, and welcome to Pitching in the Car with Tyler, part of the Requel podcast. Now, I just spent the other day driving to Motor City with my buddy Bry, from Bry and the Guys, and we were talking about stuff, and we just didn't document everything. So this episode will be a twofold kind of retconning what him and I discussed. The first thought we talked about was the upcoming Batman Caped Crusader. Now, both of us are excited for this. We think it's interesting. But what we talked about was the idea that should this have just been a film, a direct-to-DVD, direct, release movie, and not a new cartoon series. And we've talked about the greatness that X-Men 97 has been, and how that's kind of brought two generations. I've watched it with Solomon, and there's X-Men toys and stuff that he's interested in. So I say that because Batman has always had a toy line. I think what Spin Master has done for the toys is awesome. They make great toys, as does the McFarlane stuff that's going on for DC. Now, I don't know if we're going to see any merchandise for Batman the Caped Crusader. And what I told Brian was, this generation deserves their Batman cartoon. We currently have Bat Wheels for preschoolers. And that's great. That's a great entry point for preschoolers. Both of my kids have aged out of that. We did see the original, episode when it debuted and stuff, but they've both aged out of that. So are my kids going to like what they do with this 1940s noir Batman? Part of my issue is you have Superman, My Adventures with Superman. Great show, very toyetic. Kids are enjoying it. I'm enjoying it. No merch. None. So how can you grow a product when you're not making anything for that product? You're just dropping it, hope people watch it, and then moving on. And with Batman the Caped Crusader coming out, our kid's going to be able to oh, this is cool, but why isn't he using a cell phone, Dad? Why doesn't he have a computer? What is this, Dad? Where's the cell phone? Where's the computer, Dad? What's going on? And so I say to, the creators, maybe Bruce Timm shouldn't be ahead of animation, because he's still kind of stuck in his own styles, and I feel like this is an evolution of the animated series towards adults. So I'm excited because I'm old enough to accept it. But let's look back that we had the great Batman the Animated Series. Then we were blessed with another great cartoon, The Batman. A lot of people didn't like it at first because of aesthetics. They were like, oh, it's not the animated series. But you know what? It's great. I love it. The kids enjoy it. We watch it often. Then we had another change a few years later with Batman the Brave and the Bold. But that show is still great and true to a form of Batman. Then we get the experiment, which was Beware the Batman. And I have nothing against the voice talent or the animation, but it's the villains and the stories just weren't hooking. They decided to make a big choice. They decided to make a large choice and not use any famous villains. The ones that you're usually there for. Because I look at every Batman cartoon as some child's first introduction to the character. And you denied a generation a Batman cartoon. So then they decide to change it up and do Batman Unlimited, where these couple-minute shorts online with 3 long animated films within a massive toy line. And that was, the new Batman cartoons type stuff. Okay. I know things are changing with streamers and Saturday morning cartoons aren't like they were. They didn't really exist anymore. I get that. And I'm not touching on Justice League-based cartoons, because that's a different beast altogether. So now you're giving me this Batman the Caped Crusader. And this is one of those projects that was being developed. I think it was announced in 2021. And because I remember seeing that as I was moving. So yeah, that's crazy. And here it is, 2024, and we're getting it. And, we're getting it by Amazon, technically, because of the whole background with Max and Warner Brothers and stuff. And let's not forget that they just gave us a Batman holiday movie with the worst animation ever. Merry Little Batman was so hard. That animation was so bad. Okay? I can't believe that that's what they thought that we wanted. And the decline of Cartoon Network animation. Ugh. Okay? I'm not opposed to simple animation. I thought Justice League Action had good quality yet simple animation. Alright? Cape Crusader looks good. But this generation of children deserves a Batman for them. Let's look at our current Batman on film. The Batman. That is dark, noir, and creepy. Yes, it's true to comics, but it's not children or family accessible. Okay? In generality, everyone makes their own choices. I don't need bright Adam West Batman. Okay? I don't need that. So let's take a step back. My pitch that Brian and I worked on for a Batman animated cartoon series is called Bat Family. And that's it. And the show's engine, that when it starts, is the arc of Tim Drake rising from being Robin to stepping on his own and becoming Red Robin. While we are introduced with Damian. That is our catalyst, is that Damian comes into the picture and steps in and begins to fill the role of Robin. So your character roster includes Batman, Nightwing, Robin, which is Damian to Red Robin, Batgirl, and then you have Batwoman show up, maybe Batwing pops in, of course Alfred, and then you pull from all the comics the different villains. I look at it doing it somewhat in the vein of My Adventures with Superman. That's a great show. But, think of the toys. You have all these characters to make toys of. All these characters need vehicles. You can sell a Batman dress-up costume, a Robin dress-up costume, a Nightwing dress-up costume, a Batgirl dress-up costume. And then, as an antagonist, as either for the second season or mid-season towards the end, leading to the second season, you start to introduce this vigilante coming up called the Red Hood. And you play a little bit of, a game. I personally would hold off and bring him in towards the end of the first season or into the second season, kind of as the Lost Robin idea, as now, once again, Jason has been forgotten and replaced by Damian and has this hatred. And I would pull from the comics Red Hood, where it was actually Talia that tried to bring Jason back for Bruce, and then it didn't work right, and what happened there. So the Bat Family, that way, the toy line would be amazing, because you do these characters right, you can sell, dress up masks for all these characters, altered suits. And like I said earlier, the Spin Master toys are awesome. They just update those now to the cartoon, much like Spin Master made a line for the Batman of toys. Give the kids something where they can buy the toys and yet enjoy the product, and make it the 20-minute episodes, much like My Adventures with Superman. We can't talk about attention spans if we just keep giving in and allowing kids to have these, it's just 10 or 11 minutes. Okay, you know what? I'll do 11 minutes if you do like different shorts, much like Justice League Action style, but do two shorts in one block, a 20-minute block episode. That's fine too. But the thing is, if you do the Bat Family, you don't have to have every character every episode. Heck, you could even do something where they're going against Clock King or Kronos or something, and they're thrown into the future. And we meet Batman Beyond. And that opens some questions. And I would have it not be Batman, but maybe have it be Tim, like in the comics, if you know what I'm talking about. And I'm just saying, like, I think the Bat Family would be a very, very awesome show for Gunn to invest in. To bring, if he wants this animation, like I know he talked about, you know, the voice cast and animation also being in film. You know, that's cool. I don't think it would work in this case. I think this needs to exist in that Elseworlds bracket that you talked about. But this would be a great way to help build interest in these characters and these family and create a new generation of, you know, solid Bat fans. You know, we talked about, Brian and I did, the Spider-Man and His Amazing Friends series that is on, I think it's Disney Junior. Yeah. That is a great preschooler show. I've watched that. And it is true to the characters. You know, it has, I think they call him Spin in that show, or Kid Arachnid, something what they call Miles Morales. So he's not just Spider-Man again. But they also have Ghost Spider and then Peter Spider. And so you have a team of characters. They're fighting the villains, and it's all true to the comics in a kid form, but it's great. It's not, you know, we jump over to Bat Wheels. Yeah, you have Duke Thomas Robin, which is weird. Batgirl and Batman, but the show's main focus is their vehicles in a very Cars-like show style, you know. Give the kids something to get them hooked into this and build that up so that when they're like me, in their 30s, and you can present them with something like Cape Crusader and they're appreciative of it, and they will like it and like that it's kind of the character. They've been able to grow with the character. They started with something like Bat Wheels or, you know, my Bat Family show, and they've grown into it. Now with Bat Family, the show, there is plenty of rich soil that you could expand and do a Batgirl centered episode where she goes off and has an adventure and maybe meets, you know, Cassandra Cain or Stephanie Brown, and we get Orphan and Spoiler, and then later she leaves to form her own team or something. And it allows you to play in the Batman sandbox and do all these stories and get to see these characters that we want to see without always having to start at an origin point for every character. But that is my pitch, James Gunn. If you're listening, probably not. But if anyone knows James Gunn and wants to retweet this, just say, hey, this is Tyler's pitch for an amazing Batman cartoon that would just, you know, help print money for DC, earn its fans' trust back. If you got to put it on Cartoon Network, awesome. You know, with Max or with Amazon or something. But don't put it on Adult Swim. That is weird marketing. Let people know that the Bat is back as we build towards whatever this Batman the Brave and the Bold film will be. Let me know your thoughts. Send anything to, we have a Requel at Gmail. Also, you know, the flagship show that I'm on is Krypton Report, and that is where you'll find all of me. So, you know, email kryptonreportpod@gmail.com. Jtypatrick is my personal Twitter handle. You know, Krypton Report on Twitter and everything. Let us know your thoughts, your pitch, what you would want from a Batman series. Thank you.